Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. I think we have an interesting episode for you guys here today that you don't want to miss, so make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, I was doing some research this morning, right? I was doing some research for some topics, and I stumbled upon some Isaiah Thomas quotes from sportsrush.com. You guys can go hunt it down. You can go see it there, see it for yourself. But essentially what Isaiah Thomas was basically doing was he was congratulating LeBron James for passing Karl Malone and, for the second most points scored by any player in NBA history. And he was basically saying that, yes, LeBron James is a lifetime NBA player. He's one of the GOATs. And there's no question about this, right? LeBron, in fact, is a lifetime, once in a lifetime NBA player. So no one is, I'm not here to dispute that. And that's not the point I'm making. However, when I was reading through his comments, or the comments that he made, it actually began to make me think of Scottie Pippen for some reason. Because I'm like, everyone knows that Isaiah Thomas from time to time likes to take these little jabs at Michael Jordan. There's always like a double meaning in a lot of the stuff that he said. NBA players are like rappers, man. These guys are really good at taking subliminal shots at each other. So it made me start to think about Scottie Pippen, who some people have tried to turn into a sympathy figure over the last few months, over the last year, especially after the release of the Last Dance documentary. Some people felt like, oh, Michael Jordan didn't need to do that. He didn't need to say this. He was so mean, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, while Michael Jordan spoke about the low moments in Scottie Pippen's career, a lot of these people forget that he also included his own. It wasn't like as if he just spoke about all the highs of his career and spoke about the lows of Scottie Pippen's career. To me, I think that's quite astonishing. But nevertheless, a lot of people have tried to make him into a sympathy figure, and I'm not one of them. So some people have been saying that. MJ didn't need to do that. He didn't need to go out there and do that about Scottie. He didn't need to come out there and say this. And then I stumbled upon a video. Of when Scottie Pippen was on ESPN First Take a number of years ago, and he was basically throwing shade at Michael Jordan for no real apparent reason whatsoever. And this came out way before the Last Dance documentary, because this particular segment aired on December 14th, 2017. So for those of you who missed some of the things that Scottie Pippen has been saying about Michael Jordan for years now, we want to play a quick compilation of some of the things that he had to say. We want to come back here and unpack and give you guys our thoughts. So take a listen to that there.
Scottie Pippen. You would know better than anyone. How close is LeBron to catching Jordan?
The numbers don't lie. He's right there. He probably will never catch him in terms of MVP.
Okay.
But in terms of statistics, LeBron is right there. And when you look across the board, not just scoring, check his assists, check his rebounds, he's probably ahead of Jordan.
Oh, my God!
What?
I just want to throw this water on you. Let me tell you, Scottie Pippen.
You went there.
Hurry up, because I got to get in here on that one.
Blasphemy that just
God.
came out of your
Max
mouth.
wants to get in this.
6 NBA
Max, are
finals.
you listening to
six
this?
NBA finals. 6 NBA finals MVPs. Undefeated. Never even allowed the Game 7 to take place. You're going to. And by the way, speaking about numbers, you lucky I don't have more time with you. You lucky.
You are.
I'm looking at a dude that averaged just 16 points per game for his career on 47% shooting. Who would that be? You!
Yes.
And by the way, you're one of the greatest ever. It ain't just about numbers, and you know it. And last question. Can you tell me, other than scoring points and obviously shooting more, what does LeBron James do any different than what you did?
All right, look.
Go ahead, Max.
Scottie, I'll make this real easy. Stephen A., we heard.
I'm going to give you one last chance to stop being so blasphemous, Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan or LeBron James, better, who are you going with?
Well, I'm going to go with Michael Jordan.
Okay.
But statistically, LeBron James is a better basketball player. And here's why. He fills the stats up across the board, night in and night out. You're talking about a kid who can easily average a triple-double if he chooses to. I don't think Michael Jordan had that option.
You don't think he had that option?
No.
He could have done that, especially with you?
No.
Especially with you?
It's not his demeanor.
Okay.
It's not his demeanor as a player. That's like me telling you that Kobe Bryant could have averaged a triple-double.
Kobe will tell you he could have anytime he wanted to.
Yes, but that's not what Kobe wants to do.
Okay.
Kobe wants to score.
Well, let me ask you this, Scottie Pippen. When it comes time to close, who you want?
I want Michael Jordan.
If you
I
need-
want Kobe
if-
Bryant.
if you
I
need-
want
if you
LeBron
need-
James. I want them all.
All right, fine. You gotta pick one, okay? Who you going with, Scotty? Who you go? I'm talking about a 6-time champion who's never, ever lost an NBA Finals. Who, by the way, never even allowed a series to go 7 games.
Right.
You were right there. How is it that you talk about Michael Jordan like LeBron James is in the same sentence as him? Why do you do that?
Hold on. I would never diss Michael Jordan. I will always pick him over LeBron. You asking me what I see in today's game, I'm giving you my physical answer.
Okay, well, let me
I
ask you-
watched the game.
All right, well,
I'm a student of the game.
so
and I realize how
just couldn't
LeBron
play as
James
great as
plays
you.
the game.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
And if you want to make that comparison,
Okay?
I don't think it's fair. I'd rather compare Kobe to Michael Jordan.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. Why is it when you bring up a LeBron James and you bring up today's game, why don't you highlight and crystallize the difference between this game, the way the game is played in this day and age, and the way y'all had to play back in the day? What would Michael Jordan have done in this era?
Oh, he would have killed. He would have killed. But a lot of guys would have killed in this era because it's a different game. Defensively, it's different. The physicality of the game is different.
I got a better question.
Now, let me just unpack a few things before I get into the larger point that I want to make here. He said in that video 4 years ago, in 2017, December 14, 2017, he said, in terms of statistics, LeBron James is right there. Please, let me ask. He was right there in terms of what exactly? When you say in terms of statistics, in terms of what? Right there with whom? At that time, LeBron had 3 NBA titles. He had less regular season MVPs. He had less finals MVPs. He had less points, etc., etc., etc. So when he said he was right there, what exactly was he talking about when he said he was right there? So that I was totally lost when he said that. Secondly, for those people who are out there trying to turn Scottie Pippen into some type of sympathetic figure, right? And basically said, oh, he got the short end of the stick and Jordan is a bully, blah, blah. How do you explain Scottie Pippen coming out talking about Michael Jordan when he was supposed to be loyal to Jordan? Help me understand this. If he's supposed to be loyal to Jordan and Jordan is the guy going out there, throwing darts to Scottie Pippen, why was Scottie Pippen saying this stuff 4 years ago? Even if you believe it, why would you say it? I thought MJ was your guy. Seriously. Every single time I've heard Michael Jordan talk about Scottie Pippen publicly, he always praised him. There are numerous videos out there where Jordan said, I would have never won 4 championships had it not been for the assistance of Scottie Pippen, number one. Number two, you can go look at the video. It was during an NBA 2K game when they asked him, Jordan, what's your starting 5? He said, I got to have Scottie. That was the first name he mentioned. Then he mentioned James Worthy, Hakeem Olajuwon, and I forgot the other person that he mentioned. Scottie Pippen was the first name that he mentioned. I dare anybody watching this video to go find a video of Michael Jordan where he's saying negative things about Scottie Pippen. Now, if you're talking about The Last Dance, he was just being bloody honest. And if you're saying you cannot be honest, and as I said, in that same clip, he was critical of Scottie, but he was also critical of himself and others. It wasn't like as if he was just singling him out. So to me, I don't understand when people were talking about, he was hating on. So here's my larger point, because back to the title of this video, Scottie has been hating on Jordan for years now. We're talking about something that happened 4 years ago. 4 freaking years ago. This guy has felt this way about this guy for years. The Last Dance wasn't some new revelation. It was just the straw that broke the camel's back, period, end of story. Had nothing. It didn't start there. That was the thing that really ignited the fuse and really just made him go over the edge. That's what that was. Those feelings that he had about Michael Jordan were inside of him for years. And that was the time that you really saw all of that come out. And I think it's just a good refresher to remind people that I think Jordan always viewed Scottie as a friend. But I think Scottie never viewed Michael Jordan as, what friend would go out there and be saying this type of, why would you say that? Why? Well, I just want to be honest. But your honesty, you've been flip-flopping all over the place with your honesty. One day you say Jordan is better. Next day you say LeBron is better. Next day you say LeBron is not on the same page as Kobe Bryant. And so why say all of this? To me, I just think it's just further proof that these feelings were there. And some people, what does that have to do? the Isaiah Thomas comments were what really ignited me to go out there and look for this. So these are my thoughts and opinions. My question is, what do you think about this? Do you think Scottie Pippen was ever a friend of Michael Jordan? And, whatever your general thoughts are, I'll leave them in the comment section. And we'll definitely catch you guys on the next episode.